Do you want to make Zergs go boom? Well, today I'm bringing you the MagBlade Bomber. It's what I've been using to get all my AP, pushing Emp and Black Reach. So basically the build is, let's start with the gear. 5-piece Vicious Death, a front bar, Axe Nern, offhand axe sharpen. I use axes for the crit damage. Now the jewelry for Vicious Death, I use spell damage with infused. This is the best you can do. Now my 5-piece other set is a War Maiden, the best magicka damage set for bombing. I use all divines. All divines. Now monster set, I use Belorgs. It's an overall good set. You could use Kina, but I like Belorgs because I'm lazy. You could run 2 medium on this build, but you don't want to over crit damage. So, because I have axes, so I just use 7 white for the penetration. Resto staff, back bar, I use a willpower, or you can use the Maelstrom Resto. But I just use willpower because I haven't did any PvE content really. So you got the good old willpower stats, decisive, so you can build ult while you're on top of a keep before you go for your bomb. Consumables. You are vamp on this build, by the way. So you are vamp. So I have this to put my vampire stage up to 4, and then I hit this 2 times to bring it down to stage 2. You can stay at stage 3 or stage 4 if you want, but I just stay at stage 2 just for the damage out of stealth, spell damage. Now the food used is Ghastly Eyeball. Ghastly Eyeball is a really good max magic magicka. Now the potions, I use Alliance Spellfire Pots. Sometimes I use Detect Pots depending on where I'm bombing, what I'm bombing. Now skills, front bar, Concealed Weapon for the movement speed. And you can really just gank people, honestly. If they have low health and they're squishy, you can just come up behind them, light attack, concealed, sap them or something. But Concealed Weapon, Shadowy Disguise, crit out of stealth, really good. Lotus Fan, in case you need a gap close in there and bomb. Like sometimes they'll have like a revealing flare down and I just gap close up in there and just still bomb. Sap Essence, that's spammable after your bomb. Camouflage Hunter, I use this so when I hit them from behind I get minor berserk, extra 5% in damage. Now you could run Mage Light if you want, but I've been finding this to be way better. Soul Tether, this is your bomb, your ult. Soul Tether with your proxy at the same time and it kills them all. Back bar, we use Channeled Accelerate to buff up our movement speed and crit damage. Harness, I do this so when I'm building ult on top of a keep, I can get magic back and not die instantly. Rapid Regen, I use this for my heal so I do not die instantly. Shadow Image, I use this to get away from bombs so I can go in for a second one if I have enough ult after my first bomb. Proxy Det, this is your bomb. Pop this, going for a Soul Tether, blow them up. Soul Harvest, I have this so when I'm building ult off of like ads in the field or something, I kill them on my resto bar and get 10 ultimate from the kill. Now, substitutes, you could do, if you don't need Shadow Image, you could use the Vampire skill, Sated Fury. If you feel like you're lacking damage on a build or you're like lower CP, I would use this instead of Shadow Image. Now, I don't think there's anything else you could substitute on the build really. I mean, if you don't need Harness, you could just put Sated Fury there. But I like having the shield, it just feels more comfortable for my playstyle. And I could actually like get like 1v2s, 1v3s by just like concealed weapon spamming people, so. But that is the skill. Let's get into the good old CP. My last video, I forgot the CP. I always forget it, but this time I am not forgetting the CP. You want to start by grabbing these little passes right here. Build your way up here. You want to get the full offensive pen. You want to build your way over to this one. 100 weapon of spell damage to magical attacks. Then I go in here and I grab the increased healing taken, and then these two. If you have enough CP, you can grab this one. I don't have enough yet. Or just an extra damage reduction. If you don't have enough CP, just make sure you get the slottables. The slottables are the main ones, so I want to do those until you do your slottables. But for the slottables, we use Biting Aura, 10% damage done to AoEs. Master at Arms, 10% damage to all attacks. Direct damage attacks is just basically every attack. Fighting Finesse, crit damage and crit healing done by 10%. Very good. Backstab, this is the good one. Crit damage done from behind. So when you go for a bomb, you're probably going to be behind a few fellers there. So the 15% crit damage really helps. Okay, Red Tree. Start off with the slottables. I use a Wind Chaser to get that 10% movement speed. I use these three right here. Just overall in general, the Red Tree really doesn't have the best for a bomber, so I just use these three right here. Get a little extra tankiness and some recov. Now another thing you could use, let me find it, is Refreshing Stride. So basically you get 500 recov to your magicka and health regen, which is really good. You can use that when you're sprinting away or something. Then I just have the passes for blocking, sprinting, dodge roll, break free. Green Tree, the best tree in the game. Basically, all damage. I use this to add more time to my foods. I use this so sometimes I don't use a potion. I use this so when I'm out of combat setting up for a bomb or moving around a keep looking for a bomb, I get 20% movement speed if I'm not in combat. Then I use the good old mouse speed. That 10% mouse speed, can't go wrong there. That's the CP. Now let me do the Mundus before I forget. The Apprentice. Now you could use the Lover, but I feel like my penetration is pretty good. I just go spell damage to buff up the VD a little more. I would go Shadow, but I'm pretty sure I would over crit damage, so we're sticking with the Apprentice for now. My bombs are still clean. Those stats buffed up. Front bar. This ain't buff without Bellorgs. So we have 5800 spell damage, 38% crit damage, 1300 pen. That's why I'm not going to Lover. That's why I stick with the Apprentice, because our penetration is pretty good. And I have 35k max magic with 19k max health. Now let me show you some important passes before I end the build. You want all these. You want most of your dual wield ones, especially Expert and Twin Blunt. Rushel Staff, you can have all the passes if you want. Light Armor, definitely want them passes. Alright, Vampire, the important passive. This one right here. You want to be stage 2 Vamp at all times. Get extra 300 weapon and spell damage out of stealth. So the stats I just showed you buffed up, it wasn't with this. Guy didn't go stealth. Citric Order. You could have these passes if you want, but it's not a need. Undaunted, it's a must. Well, it's not a must. You can still bomb without it, but it's really good to have the extra 2%. Right, but thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys are out there bombing people during mid-year to get that alliance points. Thank you for watching. If you could subscribe and like, it would help out. I'm trying to grow on YouTube, so thank you for watching and have a good one.